Hey, what's happening? What's happening? It's your boy, call it Parshawn here with a little paint where it ain't a little seasoning with some reasoning. We missed y'all last week. We'll be back in here. And y'all know what that means. Every time we skip a week, we come back with the smoke. We come back with the foolishness. But we definitely gonna come back with that goodness. 18, what's happening, brother?
Yo, what up, though? We early, but we late, and we late, but we early. But it's all good.
How that sound?
You know what I'm saying?
But that's
what we got going.
Yes, indeed.
You know what I'm saying? My brother in town. What up?
Shout out, bruh. Shout out, man.
We're going to go ahead and get this done so we can enjoy this Atlanta sun today.
Yeah, we got a little shaking and moving to do today. We got
Why you ain't outside?
Who that is now?
Crespo.
You know he gonna get out. Don't even worry about it. We got don't worry.
Without inviting us.
You know you gonna see him out somewhere with a cigar and a beer, Corona, and tacos.
Right. Let's go ahead and go.
What's happening, man? Yeah, man. Let's go and get this thing going because I know I got a few things I need to get off my chest. But let's go on and start with the news with my little favorite section. Run through this news real quick. First and foremost, I think we skipped it the last time. I don't even know if it was done already, but the Fannie Willis situation with her, whatever they was trying to do. Anyway, the outcome was that she either had to step off or her lead prosecutor, the guy that they said she had the relationship, had to step off. So she, of course, he said, yeah, I'm out of here.
Yeah, he had to go.
Yeah, I'm up out of here. So she back on track. And she says she's still pushing real hard to get this thing going. So I just want to give her a shout out, for staying vigilant. I got to say that because I had a few people that were on her head. She human. People make mistakes. People do things that they know ain't supposed to do. But your personal life and your professional life are two totally different things. I ain't nobody perfect out here. But I just found it hard to accept that people that look like us was so quick to down this woman and just say, all right, she done messed up the whole case, this, and that, man. I didn't like that. So shout out to Fannie Willis getting this thing back on track and doing what we got to do to get this clown up out the way.
I mean, she stood on what she believed. You know what I'm saying? She felt she ain't do nothing wrong. She did, but that wasn't important. I don't like my man, actually. My man was he took a check. Yeah, that's how I feel. He took a check. So, the outcome was what we needed. Now he gone. Let's get back to business.
Yeah, definitely.
Let's move on.
Definitely. Even more important, this past week, we had an incident that happened in Baltimore where we had the cargo ship crash into the bridge and knocked the bridge down.
Yeah.
Shout out to all our Maryland people, Jai, Brian, reached out to them. They say they people good.
Yeah.
But it's important to understand that luckily, and I hate to say this, luckily it's only six people missing. They found 2 and only 6 people. Because I know here in Atlanta, if you hit a bridge at 1 o'clock in the morning, you're going to knock out about a good 40 to 50 people.
Because we outside.
We outside.
Yeah.
So, I just say that I'm glad that it was only 6. I hate to say that, but I'm glad that it was only 6 that they was looking for. And that's going to be quite the task of getting that thing back up.
3 years.
3 years?
I think they saying, we was talking about it yesterday at the lounge. People saying 10. I said, nah, it ain't too much money being lost. They ain't going to wait that long. They're going to round the clock cruise.
Yeah.
Get that thing done. I'd say about 3 years, 3-4 years the most.
Yeah, they say they got the crane out there already.
Oh,
so
yeah,
they ready to go.
I'm telling you, it's a lot of money they losing with that, man. So they got to get that back going.
I think they're saying it's one of the largest shipping places on the East Coast, something like that. So, yeah, man, I hope everything just get back in motion over there. Speedy, and like I said, that was huge. And even to see, and on top of that, we was talking with our homeboys, and he was talking about how the Simpsons.
Shout out to the homie Bone. Shout out Bone, man.
He talking about the Simpsons. Oh man, they predicted this, and that. Let me tell you something. The Simpsons do predict some things, but he had it to where he don't find the video where somebody don't put the date and the time in this episode. I was like, look, the Simpsons do predict stuff, but I said with this AI and all this other craziness, and people know how to edit. I said, look, his lips ain't even moving with the words no more.
Shout out to the whole
I said,
ball,
come on, man. But
shout out to my dog.
Pay attention to what y'all watching.
He was adamant.
Yeah,
about it
he
too.
was. He wouldn't let it go until we addressed it either. Shout out, Bo, man.
Shout out to my dog.
Last order of business. I always talk about Ron DeSantis down in Florida. I tell you all the time, it's a lot of people I don't like, but I still pay attention to what they do. You got to pay attention to how everybody move. One thing he just passed down in Florida is he banned social media for 14 and under.
Great thing.
Exactly. And so for me, I thought that was a great thing. Even though I don't like him, I really feel like that's a move towards, when we talk about it starts at home, that's the number one thing right there that influences kids today.
Yeah.
So what I didn't know with that was they even have to where if the company doesn't pull the kids off, the family can sue the company for up to $10,000, and then the state can sue the company for up to $50,000. So now they holding the companies accountable as well.
Absolutely.
So that's something major I wanted to put out there. I don't like the guy, but some stuff I'm with you, and that's all I got on that. That's all I got for the news.
We ain't gonna talk about Diddy.
That ain't news. We can just jump into Diddy right now. Okay. That ain't real news to me, but we can jump into that. Go on, what you got on Diddy, man?
I hate y'all, man. That's what I got on Diddy, man. I hate y'all, man. Like, it's a lot going on with it. I ain't really watching it too close because, everything I see, man, ain't nobody saying that positive, so I don't need that energy on me. But Diddy got a lot going on, man.
Yeah, you do. You do.
Sex workers, that's the new thing.
Right.
I ain't calling y'all, concubines no more.
Sex
You know what I'm saying? Sex workers.
Man, if that's the case, a whole bunch of folk be getting chased and locked down. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's been the way of life, especially in the industry.
Yeah.
So, but I was wondering why they were just raiding his houses like that, though.
I mean, that's how you find shit, man. You don't let them know you coming.
Yeah. I ain't seen him get at nobody because he hadn't been criminally sued yet. Yeah, nothing. So all of it been serious. So that's why I'm like, man, y'all just run up in this dude's house and I'm like, okay. But it is what it is. Man.
I seen a video of Diddy on a jet get his hair cut when all it was going on. I was like, oh, you know if that's real, man.
I don't know. And I think they stopped. They landed his plane too, I believe.
Something like that.
Yeah, I think they landed his plane or something like that. But yeah, I ain't got nothing to say on Diddy. I don't look at it. It is what it is.
Diddy got a lot going on. Yeah. He talking Weinstein kind of shit, man.
If he did it, he did it. I'm not one of them people to just be like, oh, he black, I'm going to stand up. I literally just saw a guy, oh, why y'all coming down on the black man and this and that. Look, if you wrong, you wrong.
Miss Payne, what did Torre say? He be all over the place sometimes. I don't really listen.
Yeah, what did he say, Helen?
Yeah, I don't know.
If you wrong, you wrong. I don't care what color you is.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't standing up for it. That's just like when we talk about black movies. If it sucks, it sucks.
It sucks, it sucks.
It sucks. I don't care what color you look like. So
should we back Diddy enough like them people back Weinstein? Because they ain't really said nothing, man. The couple people that had cases, they spoke on Weinstein, but ain't nobody else really say nothing about Weinstein.
With the Weinstein thing, a lot of stuff was coming out prior to. This was before they was giving names. So they was just like Corey Feldman, yeah. I was molested, I was touched, but he wasn't giving names. So when everything opened up, most of the women came out on Weinstein. And like you said,
Ashley Judd got it all started.
Like you said, it wasn't a lot of people like, this and that.
Yeah, them people ain't never.
But you know what? We thrive on that, though. I hate to say we as a race.
That's a problem, though.
It is a problem. We thrive on that. So for us, we like to sit and talk about this and that, this and that, especially when it's trauma-based.
Right.
And so that's why it's going to get a lot more steam when it comes to us. Versus, white folks would be like, dang,
Yeah, they going with life.
And then they just go about that bit.
They go back to all the other crooked shit they was doing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Get these stocks and all. Let me.
That's what, hey, somebody tell me what's been going on since the Diddy thing, because you know when the distraction come, something popping. What else been going on? I'm telling you.
Yep. So yeah, I feel like we love to follow that stuff. So that's what's gonna keep happening with that, man. That's what's gonna keep happening. What else I got? Okay, we got Diddy.
Yeah, get him out the way. We get that out the way. I ain't got much to say on that, man.
I got one. Now this one I gotta be long-winded on this one.
Here you go.
I gotta be long-winded on this one. I gotta talk about Candace Owens.
Oh, that's your girl.
It's my girl this week. Since everybody wanna do this foolishness, she my girl this week. Let me talk about Candace Owens. And I got to go further back.
You going to take it back?
I got to take it back. Number one, I grew up reading comic books. X-Men was a popular comic book I read back in the day. I say this because X-Men was created around civil rights. Stan Lee came out later on. Once it got popular, we started seeing the movies. He told y'all that I basically made the X-Men based off of what was going on in the civil rights. The mutants versus the humans. Of course, the mutants was black people. Humans was white folks. You had Professor Xavier and you had Magneto. Professor Xavier wanted to include everybody. He wanted to insulate everybody. Magneto was like, nope, I want my mutants. We stronger, we better. They don't like us. We can stand alone. We can do our own stuff. Growing up here in Atlanta with MLK and all of that stuff, I was always for, okay, let's everybody just be together. Let's just try to work it out.
Go ahead, my brother.
The older I get,
okay,
I'm more on Magneto's side because I don't care how far you move. At some point, they going to kick you out. When they see you getting too much power, too much this, they going to find a way to bring you down.
They did get rid of that X-Men.
Right. They going to find a way, right? I say all that to say this. At the age that I am now, I'm 45. I care more about the advancement for us as black people and the people that stand for us versus a grifter, which leads me to Candace Owens. Candace Owens is a grifter. A grifter is somebody that's just going to use whatever platform or whatever trend at that time to try and make money for themselves and move on to the next little game. She used her race, which she has done since she's been on the limelight and
she has.
Currently.
Very, very much so currently.
Right, currently. So for people that don't know the history of Candace Owens, she started in politics. So that's where we mess up. Because a lot of us don't follow politics like that.
Drop your jewels, bro.
You know what I mean?
Drop
We
your
don't.
jewels, bro.
So when you start getting stuff that come later on down the line, a lot of times you got to look at the history of it. When she first started, she was on Fox News. She was a regular on Fox News. If you're not into politics or don't know anything, Fox News was sued for $100 and some billion for lying. Okay, they leaned towards conservatives and Republicans. That was her home base. She was, of course, a big supporter of Trump. All of these things. I'm going to read some of the stuff that she said, and then I'm going to break down why it's a big problem and it's an issue why y'all are jumping on her bandwagon today. Number one, she called Ahmaud Arbery death a botched armed citizens arrest. That's one thing she said. She said Juneteenth is ghetto and made up. She sided with Alex Jones. That's the guy that said that Sandy Hook killings was fake. Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk is the guy that said that black pilots' IQ is too low and they shouldn't fly commercial planes. That's actually one of her homeboys she still run with. And Nick Fuentes. Nick Fuentes is a known racist. He talks on it all the time. He's actually had a few shows shut down because they allowed him to come on there, and people was like, why y'all got this racist dude on this show? But that's one of her homeboys, too. Another thing she did, she tweeted, Russian lives matter, and that was during the invasion of Ukraine. She claimed that George Floyd died from an overdose, which we know who all say that.
Right.
She also said she has no sympathy for Jordan Neely, which was the guy that got that was choked to death on the New York subway. At one of the congressional hearings that she went to, she said that white nationalism / supremacy isn't black people's biggest problem. She said our biggest problem is black on black crime and lack of masculinity in a household. And then the last thing that I saw, and I just saw this one because I didn't care to look at The Breakfast Club, which I haven't looked at in a minute. I'm going to talk about that anyway. She said that people tend to marry their IQ, which I think is bull. Now, those are just some of the things that she has said.
You don't think that's true?
IQ?
Yeah.
No, I don't look at nobody IQ.
We ain't talking about you.
I don't think so.
You don't think people married to where they feel like they comfortable, even on an intellectual level?
Yeah. But does that mean your IQ is?
I mean,
you know what I'm saying?
Kind of right there, dog.
I don't know about that. I don't even know my IQ.
Because some people don't even really get in conversations with people that they feel like is very intelligent.
I agree with that.
They intimidated is the word.
Yeah.
So they kind of stay away from that. You know what I'm saying?
I agree with that.
Like, just imagine sitting in a room with somebody like Candace Owens. Mm-hmm. Like, you can't knock the fact that she's very smart, very intelligent,
very intelligent.
You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So if a man come in the room and that's what he got to deal with, like, will you be like,
yeah, he gonna fall back a little bit
because you gonna have all the. Yeah. I mean, I can get her with this, that. You might not be able to get her with that because she might hit you with something like, she might ask you about Ukraine. She might ask you about, what's going on in Gaza.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so I believe that. I believe
with
that.
the IQ.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Do I think Candace Owens speaks for black women? No. I don't. I think she speaks for the housewives of Massachusetts or something,
right.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, I can't deny that some things she say be right on though. Mm-hmm. Like, she just like Kevin Samuels and everybody else. Some, clock right twice a day, but she might be right a little bit more than twice a day. Mm-hmm. Is she for us? No, right. She's definitely not for us. Some things she do say though, be correct when it comes to us, just like Charleston White. Some things you might not want to hear from the messenger,
right.
but they do absolutely be right.
Right.
In this pandering she's doing right now because she's been fired, I just look at it as she does what everybody else does when they need us. They try to say whatever they can to get the black vote, the black following, the black, whatever. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's just where she is right now. I watched her Breakfast Club interview. They were careful. And I understand why they were careful because remember when we watched the brother that was on the Breakfast Club and Charlamagne tried to go with him?
Which one?
What's the brother?
Larry Elder?
Yeah. And, if that ain't where you supposed to be, you got to watch these
and this is
conversations
I'm
you get into.
I'm double back on that when you
know
finish
what I'm saying?
with the Breakfast Club.
You got to watch that. Look at this man over here. Man. I put in a lot of time over here. This brother over here asleep. But you my older. You got.
But you're perfect. You are correct, and that's the thing that I need people to understand, and that's why I brought up DeSantis earlier.
Yeah.
I don't like DeSantis, but you watch him, and some things.
Yeah.
Some people gonna say some stuff that resonates, and that is right. Yeah. So Candace Owens, perfect example. She know how the right things to say, and she's very intelligent. The issue that I have with the Breakfast Club, and I didn't look at her interview. Mm-hmm. The Breakfast Club, when we think of the Breakfast Club, and I think maybe they're trying to change now, or they just try to do what's trending. But when you think of the Breakfast Club, you think about the culture as far as music, as far as all of these things. Up until the last 2 years, they're now trying to tap into politics.
I'm going to disagree. I'm going to disagree with the timeline.
Okay.
I'm going to disagree with the timeline.
But as of recently, so when you naturally think about the Breakfast Club, do you think of politics?
I mean, but let me ask you this. Isn't that a good thing, though?
it's good and bad, and this is why I say that.
Go ahead, my
The
brother.
good thing is that I can understand that now you want to get us involved that aren't normally involved in politics.
Yeah.
That's the great thing about it.
The message is important.
Exactly.
Okay.
The worst, the very detrimental part of it is if you don't know about it, don't come in here with this foolishness.
Yeah.
Because now you can't ask the real questions. And that's why you get them in there. And you mess with politicians, they eat you alive.
You said, I mean, Larry Elder.
Larry Elder
did it
right.
bad. Yeah.
But then you don't ask the real questions. Like when Nikki Haley came in there, you didn't ask her real question. Vivek Goswami came in there, you didn't ask him the real question. But you get Monique in there, you try to go down on her. Try to go in on her. You know what I'm saying? So if you're going to do that, and then just recently they had the mayor yesterday.
Yes.
But they bought in somebody that's very in politics to challenge him.
The black lady.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's in and out.
Right. And she challenged him, and he was stuttering. He couldn't.
Yeah, I mean, same thing they did with Larry Elder. You know what I'm saying? They had to bring that lady in. You know, like put the back into it. You know what I'm saying? This ain't what I do.
Right. So that's my thing with Breakfast Club. Like, pick a side or get more verse. Do some journalism for real.
That's tough. Back to Candace.
Because I didn't challenge her.
I like Candace, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because she challenges everybody. She does. I don't agree with everything she says, but she challenges everybody. Like you can't just say anything to her, and it's okay. I dig that. You know what I'm saying? Like I just like her pan. I guess I just like to see her pandering it right now. You know what I'm saying? So I think I just what I'm getting a kick out of. You know what I'm saying? But we have to take her at face value at this point because no other black woman is speaking up that I know, unless you can lead me in better direction, like Candace Owens on any side. You know what I'm saying? I thought the lady that was running for governor down here, Stacey Abrams, I thought she was gonna be next on that level. She tucked her tail. I ain't heard from Stacey since, the Kemps, to basically beat her to death.
Twice.
No, the first one was close.
Yeah.
But the next time he beat her to death. But I haven't heard anything from Stacey Abrams since then. Have you?
No, she's been behind the scenes.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, behind the scenes.
Since Keisha been gone.
Oh, she knew she was done.
I'm just saying, but when it comes to a voice for black women, until somebody else steps up, you got to take the good and the bad with Candace, man. You have to. Who else? I mean, because they don't want men doing all the talking, right? And this is a time and age where, women feel like they got a voice, they want to use it, but ain't I don't. Nikki Giovanni old, man. She can't. I mean, I'm just saying, let's keep it a bean. Like she can't get up there like she used to. Opa, I don't know what Opa doing right now.
Nah.
You know what I'm saying? So I mean, in that aspect.
Is it needed though?
Absolutely.
I don't think it's needed coming from her. And that's
because you don't like her so much, though.
Well, because she has done so many things to talk against black people and to try to scapegoat it that is sickening. And that's why I can hear the things I can see.
But you took that from Martin Luther King. Martin Luther King led you to believe that integration was the best thing for black people.
Right.
And then before he left us, he said, I might have led my people to a burning house.
He's right.
So, I mean, is she allowed the same switch just like Martin Luther King? She don't get that? Like everybody
She ain't never been locked up for her conviction. She ain't never had laws created for her standing away from black people.
And before somebody get in this group and talk crazy to me, understand I ain't in the mood.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
If you don't know, now you do.
Now you know. You know what I'm saying?
Like to take shots at my man.
So
okay,
before you,
it's all good.
I ain't in the mood.
But
go ahead.
Nah, but yeah, for her, their personal talking points and the things that she was doing, none of it was advantageous to black people. she can speak on those things now because the job that she got fired from was owned by a racist. And then when she got fired, then she wanted to start going to all these black outlets and then start asking for money as well. Beforehand, she didn't want to have nothing to do with us.
They all want money, man.
She didn't want to have nothing to do with us.
And they all might be working for a racist. So, I mean, we don't own nothing. Byron Allen, only thing we got. Because Puffy just gave it out. You know what I'm saying?
Well, he's a non-racist.
I'm just saying.
It's different when it's overt and when we don't know.
He not talking about Byron Allen.
No. I'm talking about Ben Shapiro.
Yeah. I'm just saying. So
this is a non-racist, and that's who she was working for.
So she don't get. I mean, is she ever right to you?
Yeah, she's right on a lot of stuff.
So why can't she get the same?
That's like if you build a house on a cracked foundation, and you put everything, the beautiful furniture and the nice top of the line roof and all of that stuff. If that foundation ain't right, that house is gonna crash.
So you saying you are who you are at the beginning always?
Yeah, pretty. But no, I can't say that.
Hold on, bro.
I can't say that.
Yo, I'm just saying.
I don't see her changing for the.
Oh no!
For the
she can't. Her household doesn't allow that.
And that's who she married. And she said she married the guy because they think of like the conservative issues and all of those things. And she said pretty much she couldn't find nobody.
Helen say she still play Kanye West music.
Right. So now that's what I'm saying. I've seen a couple of clips where she wants to quote Kanye. I think they had her singing something on Breakfast Club. The Fresh Prince
just
intro.
to see if she could do it.
Come on, she's shucking and jiving out here.
That ain't even that, man. I think
she's shucking and jiving.
Is her blackness in question right now? Very much so. So I'm not. If I was her, I'm too intelligent to even sing that. I know the words. I'm not singing that.
She did.
I don't have to prove that to y'all because I know more than y'all. So I'm not doing that. You know, that would have been my approach. If she want to get on there, like you said, like it was, shucking and jiving, then that's cool. But that's because you're talking to people that's pretty much intimidated to get in a real conversation with you, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know, man. I ain't as hard as her on you, like you is. We do agree a lot, though.
Yeah.
But I understand I think she's just trying to. She lives in the middle, and that's because she has to because of her household. And that's the dangerous part about her because you don't know what's going to come out of her mouth every time she says something. Like, let's be honest, bro. She can never come out, in my opinion, and say, we need to go back to, the separate. Like I always tell y'all, when it comes out of Civil War, you find out what black people really about. You know what I'm saying? If a civil war breaks out, who's going to do what? And everybody say, oh, you so extreme with that. That's real life. We close to that now. You know what I'm saying? Like, what would you do if you had to? Would you kill your brother for the love of your life if she wasn't black?
Right. Oh yeah, your lover. You said your brother. I thought. Anyway,
you right. You know, hey, let me. I'm about to throw us off and bring us right back.
You talking about Mike?
You know I am.
Okay.
You absolutely right, Mike. Yo, if you don't own a pair of Fresh Division socks,
Mike, he been talking about these socks, man.
Everybody listen to me closely. Then we go get back to our regularly scheduled programming. If you don't own a pair of Fresh Division socks,
let me spell it for him. FREZH division.com.
Understand, people, you missing out on the part of life. Your feet is everything you need in life, okay? These ain't just regular socks. You know what I'm saying? I've been telling you this for like, what, 2 weeks now?
Yeah, he been talking
The man got the best socks in the business. For real. So holla at the homeboy, Fresh Division, on Instagram, Facebook. I don't know where. You might run into him in the street.
Yeah.
And get a pair of this man's socks. Hey, Mike, I'm with you all the way on them socks, bro. You got to order cover for me.
Now talk about what he said.
Okay, back to what he was saying. No, she had. Now back to our regular scheduled programming. No, she hasn't, Mike. She hasn't definitely rolled for us. And who wears socks? Your little nasty feet. But I don't feel like she can't change. I can't take away the knowledge that she has. Like, can I say I learned something from Candace Owens? Yes, I can. Yes, I can. You know what I'm saying? Do we need people that's gonna ride the fence? We don't. We don't. But people can change. No, she can't change who she fell in love with, I guess, whatever. But Byron Allen married to a white woman too.
But he fight for us.
And he fight for us all day.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, hell, Nikki Giovanni married to a white woman.
Right.
You know, they together or whatever you like. So I mean, I'm torn on that. I'm torn on that for real. But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And I've seen a lot of my friends and people that are getting, you know, some of her good talking points and she's speaking true. Just dig into the history. And that's where it's just kind of like, I can't do it.
But if you got to dig to find bad, you was looking for it. Ain't that what we say?
No.
They just say what hurt?
No, because you can't do that because that's like Elon Musk. When he blew up on the spot and everybody, he's rich, he's smart, this and that. Then you hear the cases at the job site with the swastikas and the racism and all this stuff.
You know, you pay the man off.
Right.
Yeah,
He paying it. So now all that stuff is coming out. So like, okay, maybe we do need to look at this person's history.
If it come out that the owner of Nike had a whole basement full of kids. You know what I'm saying?
Well, they said that, said they was doing that overseas.
Yeah, a lot coming out. You know what I'm saying? Like, where will we go?
Do you think Nike?
I'm just asking you.
Where we go? Let me. Okay, I was finna deflect. I was about to deflect. So
are you gonna throw them all the way and be like, "Yo"?
I can't. I'll be walking around here in penny loafers.
I'm just saying, like this is real. This is real because we can't let. And Jai, you right. Everybody can have a good thinking point now and then. That's cool. But are we gonna say this lady's bad outweighs the good? Because in my eyes, I can't say that. I say she's on the fence because I've heard her say a lot of things when it comes to black men, black families, black women that I agree with. You know what I'm saying? So I can't just throw her away like that because the same thing, like a lot of black people don't like the Honorable Minister Farrakhan.
Right.
Farrakhan ain't never, in my eyes, ain't never said nothing when it came to black people that I didn't agree with. Man, 98% of the stuff he say I agree with. But you got black people out here to say, I don't mess with him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you okay to not mess with Farrakhan, who's definitely for the people, but you don't want to mess with Candace Owens either?
Who ain't for the people. She is talking for herself and her own advancement is what I'm trying to tell you. She because we can all agree she's very intelligent.
She is.
So she is a grifter. She has started
she
off.
Definitely is.
And so she knows how to hit what points in order to get highlighted and get acceptance from everybody.
What is she running for?
She ain't running for nothing.
So
That's what I'm saying. So she's not doing anything to help us at all.
So could she be a person of awareness? Just to bring light to something that people don't think we see.
Yeah, but she won't do it for
Oh no, she ain't about to talk for you, nigga.
Yeah, she won't do it, and that's the point.
Because y'all ain't giving her no money. Y'all too busy trashing.
Well, she wanted now. She at the Breakfast Club.
Yeah, she needs some dollars.
She was with Joe Budden.
Yeah, she was. Know what I'm saying? She was. Even
with Joe Budden, the last thing he asked her on her interview was like, "So can you say that you proud to be black?" She said, "Well, I'm American."
Yeah, I mean, hey, it's a lot of y'all walking around here like that. A lot of them. My bad, brother. My bad. It's a lot of people out there walking around like that. So she ain't the first one I done heard or that I feel that way about.
Yeah. Nah, I can't do it.
Okay.
We're gonna have to agree to disagree on that.
Let's go.
I can't do it. Let's move on, man. Let's get into what we like to get. This more rap section.
I'm about to get cussed out.
This more his stuff, man. One of the things we talked about earlier is the subject of withholding benefits before you get an actual commitment. Is that a thing? And if it is, why is it?
This came from Kurt, man. Kurt put up a post with Burt Reynolds the other day. Yeah. And Burt was pretty much saying, you got to be mature enough, even though you love somebody to walk away from them. And you shouldn't, and then we went into it a little bit deeper. And Kurt was pretty much like, I don't want to talk for him, but he was like, don't give everything. It's too much for a man to endure, like when a man, this is what Kurt said. Now this is Kurt.
Mm-hmm.
He says when a father gives a daughter to a man, he's taking on more responsibility, more of everything, and he shouldn't have to do that. Like Kurt, it came off to me like Kurt want to be chased at the end of the whole conversation, and then Brian came in. Shout out to Brian. Brian said Kurt was crazy. You know what I'm saying? In so many words. And
well, the first comment I saw was, "Who hurt you?" Like,
and see, but y'all can't really look at it like that. You gotta look deeper than that because Kurt actually be hitting some points.
Yeah, he do. He do.
You just gotta look deeper than that.
You gotta look deep. You gotta wait for it.
Then Daryl Perry was laughing the whole time, so I had to ask him personally, like, "What is your problem?" You know what I'm saying? Because you doing all this laughing.
He's a funny guy.
And then he came in and explained himself. It was like 8 paragraphs, so you know what that meant for me.
You're not gonna read.
I ain't reading all that. So somebody had to break it down. I didn't get the breakdown though, but I got what he was saying. When it comes to these relationships, and I'm speaking from a man who's not married, what are you obligated to give? Because until that point of we understand that this is just me and you, should we withhold everything till we get to that point? Because, with us men, once we hit it, now you got to hold on to us. You know what I'm saying? And as a man, if you start giving her bread, can you keep giving her the bread? Can you withhold? This what you led with. You led with the bread.
Right.
So you can't be mad at her at that point. Like this whole doing husband acts and women and wife acts, should we withhold all that until we understand what it is we is? And I mean really understand. I don't mean we both like each other. I'm talking about sex and everything. Right. Like, should we just be like, yo, we gut? You know what I'm saying? Until we know where we going. And that's including marriage, shacking, or shacking with comfort, whatever the have y'all. Hey, look at that shit. I ain't doing it. Right. Just all that. Like, is that our biggest problem? Like, like I always say, sex confuse everything. You know what I'm saying? Once you hit it, you know what I'm saying? You either moving up the ladder or the door is close to you. It all depends on how the sex was.
Right.
So I mean,
yeah, sex was.
So should we withhold all that? Because a woman always, you hear women say all day, it's what a man can do for me. But what am I ain't supposed to be doing nothing for you till we decide what we are. Why am I paying your bills? I take you out to eat because that's what I want to eat too. You know what I'm saying? Right. So you really going because I want you to be there, because I'm just looking for entertainment at that point. But what am I really supposed to be doing for you at this point? Because if I got to pay for you, you're my whore. That's just me. At the point I pay for dinner, if I pay a bill.
Oh yeah.
And then you lay down, you became my whore, or it was a business transaction.
It's a business.
You know what I'm saying? Point. So what we at with that? What we supposed to do? My new word is concubine too, because I heard them use to talk about Diddy, so I'm rolling with it. You're my sex worker.
I personally think, and I can only speak from where I am in life today. I can say back in my 20s, 30s, yeah, I ain't got to show you nothing. You know what I mean? It is what it is. You get what I give you. I take what you give me. It is what it is. But the older you get, when you start looking at what's important in life, when you meet somebody and you take on that chance to say, okay, I want to try with this person, I have learned that it's best to give your all. Because in love, nothing is guaranteed, right? But if you go into a situation, and I've been in situations to where it didn't work out and I was like, I should have tried this. I should have tried that. And then I've been in situations where I gave everything.
Right.
And once it was over, it was over. It wasn't no backtracking. I was a little bit better off because I knew I tried everything I could to make sure that this was what I wanted to have in my life.
Somebody say, what's up with the call in?
Oh, here we go.
Who was that?
That's Kurt.
Yeah.
That's
Kurt. Kurt would have called in.
We're going to get him in a minute.
Kurt.
We're going to get
before we call you. Hey, man, this show is only, I got my brother sitting here and he half asleep.
We got about 20 more minutes.
Right. He ready to drink and get some of this sunset out here.
Right.
Bro, can I get you to say what up, dog?
What up?
Okay, that's good enough for me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
All right. But I think you at this age you got to give your all, because I use the analogy all the time. If you go buy a car and you go and you get this car, you want the salesman just to show you, oh, you ain't got no high beams, you ain't got no cruise control, but until you pay it off, that's when you'll get cool. You'll get cruise control and you'll get the high beams.
Once you pay it off.
Once you pay it off,
what happens to it?
It start breaking down.
Come on.
It break down. But you committed, so what you do? You go get it paid for. And it's still less than that car note that you was paying before you knew what you was getting.
Let's go.
So that's why I use the analogy, man. If you gonna do that, you got to go all in. If not, man, don't be wasting folks.
But let me ask you this though, because you say you should go all in. At the point you go all in, right? Mm-hmm. Are you setting yourself up for failure? Because let's say it's 3 months in, you done gave everything. Y'all done fucked all over. Damn, up there you go. Yeah, goddamn. Well, anyway, y'all done, you done did it all over the house. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Y'all kissing each other in the face all the time. You looking her in the eye.
Right.
You paying bills. Why should a woman expect more after that point? Because you done show every aspect of everything that you got. Mm-hmm. You done cook. So that if that's your best, you know what I'm saying, attribute, you done cooked, you done gave your head up, you know what I'm saying, everything. Right. Why should a woman look for more out of a man for that? After that, why should she?
She shouldn't. But if she does, me being a man, if I know I've shown you everything, right, and you ain't happy, I'll holler at you.
So, but you willing to do all that? Like, yeah. So what happens if you be like, yo, I don't want to do none of that till we understand what this is? Like, what if a woman tell you that? Could you respect her enough to still deal with her faithfully and still?
There you go. I'm glad you said that. That's why you're my boy. Yeah. That's why you're my boy.
That's why I throw that in. That's why I throw that in. Can you deal with her faithfully and not, knowing that you're going to go home every night and with nothing? Or you're going to stay the night with nothing?
Faithfully, no.
Yeah. Why not?
Because as a dude,
don't put that on yourself. Don't do that. Don't put me in this with you.
As don't me, put that with you. If I'm giving you my
it's amazing how we had this conversation and that SC pop up every time. That SC, that SC, it come in with a paragraph. That SC come with a paragraph.
Oh, she took it down.
She took it down.
She probably rewrite it.
That's all. Spell the wrong. She really on that English thing.
Right. So for me, if I'm giving my all, and you're already telling me, nah, I ain't gonna be able to do that. If I decide, okay, I want to play the slow bleed technique, I'm going to get something to supplement what you ain't giving me. So to answer your question faithfully, no. Okay? Because now I'm giving my all. Or I may pull back and now we playing games. Now if I pull back and you already said you pull back, now we playing games. So what we doing?
But if she coming to it telling you like, yo, until I know exactly what this is, ain't going to be no stick in the thing.
It's over with already for me.
So you going into it basically looking for the sex?
That's part of a relationship, ain't it? Ain't it? Am I lying?
Yo, somebody throw this man a lifeline.
Am I lying? That's part of a relationship, ain't it? So, nah. If she tell me she ain't trying to do nothing,
it's not a setup. It should be reciprocity. Look different to many people though. Like I used to ride with that. But it looked different to many people. So, I mean, okay. I give you that.
You ready for Kurt? Go on and hit the line, Kurt.
Crespo, I don't know where you at. Go do something because you talking about it ride better when it's paid off. Like, I don't know what he's
Kurt, you talking about the
Kurt,
car.
go on and call in.
Go on and hit the line, Kurt, and make it shout.
Kurt, we out of here.
Make it shout. We got about 15 more minutes.
Shannon, I'm just saying, you always show up when it comes to this subject matter. You gonna show up.
Let's see what Kurt.
Call Kurt. Let's see what he got for us today.
Anyway, while we waiting on Kurt, another subject. And it goes along with what we talking about. The older we get as men and women, Who do you think is harder to date for? Do you think it's harder for men to date, or is it harder for women to date? The older you get, let's say,
Women, I would say a woman.
okay.
Because we at the point that we almost 50, bro.
Here we go.
Never
Here we
mind.
go.
What's up,
What's
Kurt?
happening?
Fix your board. Get your board together, dog.
He on
Get your
now.
board together. Kurt.
He in now. What's happening, Kurt?
Oh, what's going on? Can y'all hear me?
Yes,
Yeah, we
sir.
can hear you.
Yes, sir.
Okay, cool. Hello, everybody. I'm glad to be on the show for sure. And one of the things I looked at is that I have learned, so, don't attribute this knowledge to me, is that I realized that women, you ask a woman, does she want to be adored or be the adorer? And me, myself, I said, I think female wants to be adored, or I won't say the word worship, but praise, one of the two. But the thing is that in my point of view, that's a protection mechanism. Because believe it or not, if you become that person that adores a woman, you're robbing her of being adored. And I'm going to prove myself on this point right here. Is that most women that have men that adore them, they don't like them. And for example, what I have learned is that most women want to look up to their man, be taller than her, make more money than her. Like, even these dating shows, they will ask them, well, he got to at least make more than at least what I make or more. They don't say, well, with a man, he can take a woman that make less than him, because, and my point is, I'm going to summarize this because I can be long-winded. My point is that, yeah, you got to lead with adoring her, but you got to switch that shit around quickly and be the adored. If not, she out of there. And that's one of my points.
So you got to make her want you, is what you're saying, Kurt.
Well, you have to not make her, but get her to look up to you.
So we have to make. So it's like a form of worship.
No, it's kind of like appreciating. Yeah, I'll tell you. It's kind of like getting her to respect your leadership, because once she thinks your leadership is bullshit, it's a wrap. So that being said, the chain of command, you can't in certain instances you can't fraternize with somebody under you. When I say fraternize, I'm using that word loosely.
Yeah, I know where you're going.
Yeah, you just, man, believe it or not, man, that's one thing that we're not taught as young men, that believe it or not, man, all this female talking about, talking about they want to be equal to you, that's bullshit. She want to look up to you. If she can't look up to you, she'll be fucking somebody that she do. That's just my point of view.
I can agree with that last point, Kurt. I can agree with that. I feel that's part of the game. Like, as a man, you got your own swag. I hate to say that word, but you got your own sauce, your own whatever that put you out there to have a woman that's going to be attracted to you. And once you get her in there, you can't just kick your feet up. You still got to apply pressure to say, I'm that guy, because when you go out the door, other women going to look at you too. And you can't just kind of slouch off. So the being admired thing, I think it's a two-way street. Like, if you don't ever compliment your woman, she going to take it as you ain't paying her no attention. And she going to get that somewhere else at some point.
And I agree. I agree. I'm not saying ignore her. All I'm saying is that don't be the adorer. Be the adored. And it's fucked up to say, but that, like you said, it's part of the game we play. Because you ask any female, do you want a man that's shorter than him? She gonna say no. I'm gonna speak for what I heard. Every black woman wants a 6 foot dark skinned man.
I like how you put that.
Shit, 20 years ago it was a 6 foot light skinned man. It's just that they go along with the times. But long story short, man,
beards,
believe it or not,
I ain't got no beard. They want beards.
But you know what?
You got hair though. You know what I'm saying? You got hair though. You know what I'm saying?
But the thing is that, not to disrespect women when I say that, and I got to throw that in, it's just that, just like with Candace Owens, she speak the truth, and we just don't want to hear it as black people. And after she speaks the truth, we take shots at her, she married to a white man.
She
said this 10 years ago.
It matters.
What's that? What she said?
It matters to me. Let me say that. when you come to speak to black people, if your whole life is not about the blackness, you discredit yourself for me.
Well, how about Umar?
What he do to you?
What about?
Because he talk about the black woman is God, support married black woman, and he's fucking all the chicks, and he ain't married.
They all black.
And he got kids out of wedlock.
They all black.
They all black. Now you going off of what the Bible or whatever.
Yeah,
like
all black.
But everything that he has talked about, that he fights about, that he's
all black.
is all black.
Well, what about the black family? He don't have a family.
Okay, and he still fighting for black people.
Just like Candace Owens. Why can't give her that slack?
How is she fighting for black people?
That white man she lay with every day says something different to me.
And
well, here's the situation. You can't change who you love. And I said that
we'll
earlier.
Give her that.
I said that
we'll
earlier.
Give her that.
I did say that earlier.
Now let's go off of all of her talking points and her policies before she had to come back home, quote unquote.
Like Ralph said, she's growing.
So wait a minute, Kurt. What side of this fish you gonna sit on?
He like Candace. He like Candace.
I mean, I know he do, but what I'm asking you, when it comes to it, Kurt, can you disregard the fact that okay, they for the cause, but they date outside their race? Is that something that you can sidestep? That don't matter to you?
Yeah, of course. Because put it this way, when people get caught up on those minutia points of like, for example, would you divorce? Should she divorce her husband because we don't like her? Because we don't like him because he ain't black? Of course not, right?
Okay.
She got kids by him.
Can she say she completely for the cause though? The uplifting of her people.
How, Kurt? Kurt?
How?
All I'm saying is that the truth is the truth, right? The truth is, like for instance, can you say she said some provocative things? Yes.
Not provocative, downright just wrong and lie, and against black people. Not provocative. Now you embellishing.
Embellishing. Okay, well look here.
Get him.
But all I'm saying is that, let's say for instance, I'm only stretching. I'm stretching with this one.
Mm-hmm.
Malcolm X had an awakening moment, and he stopped being a nigga. You agree, right?
Absolutely.
Correct.
Now, then he became a strong black leader.
Okay.
And people didn't really look at his past as being pimping whores and being a criminal.
Right. He grew.
Now, with her, she can look back and say, well, I did say some bad things. But should I exclude her for the rest of her life?
She's still doing it, Kurt. The lack of taking responsibility for some of the things that she's saying is the same. Omitting the truth is the same as lying. So when people ask her direct, and that's why she's going on the platforms that she goes to, because they won't ask her the direct questions to the things that she said. That's why I said last year, that's when she tweeted that Juneteenth was ghetto and is fake. Come on now, you're very smart, very intelligent.
Wait. Kurt, do you agree?
With what? By Juneteenth?
Yeah.
Well, okay.
It's a yes
or no.
I
agree with what?
This a yes or no.
With her saying that it was ghetto and it's fake.
It is not fake. But at the same time, everybody got Asian hate law, and we got Juneteenth. Okay, yeah, I agree with Juneteenth.
Well, hold on. Let me. Why did you?
I apologize.
Why did you put us in with the Asians at that point? Why did you
put
us in with them?
I said that the other communities got something that they can use, or we got something that we can party with.
I mean, we got a month.
And we got Kwanzaa too.
That's true.
And how did that help us?
Kurt, is it fake? Is Juneteenth fake?
No, it happened.
Exactly. And so in the same breath that we can say, oh, she's smart, she's intelligent, she's telling the truth. And then you turn around, this is last year. This wasn't 10 years ago. This was last year. She said it was ghetto and fake. Okay.
All right. Let me ask you a question. You asked the average 20-year-old, what they're doing for Juneteenth. What they gonna say? You think?
I agree with you 100% what you about to say, Kurt. I agree with you 100% on what you're saying. I definitely agree. That us as a black people are not ready to embrace it and even celebrate it out loud. I definitely agree with where you going with that. Absolutely. And I don't even need 20-year-old. I could take a 45-year-old to say the same thing.
True. No, that's
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
If you ask them, what do the concept of Juneteenth, and not saying 19th, the significance of it, you know what I'm saying? So hence, it's kind of embarrassing
at this point.
Yeah, because that's the way
power.
to.
Knowledge always been
there you
power.
go.
Knowledge
there you
always
go.
been
You
power.
got to go find that stuff.
Knowledge
We've had discussion before down here in the South. We knew nothing of Juneteenth. The celebrations where he would tell me they would have back home, and other people that's from up north that would have these celebrations. We didn't do any of that down here. So for me, in the last 5 years, I'm getting wind of Juneteenth.
Let me ask you a question, Kurt. And this is, do you feel like we should give Miss Owens a longer rope to see where it goes?
Yes.
Because you compared it to Malcolm X, and Malcolm Little never said anything negative, as far as I know, anything negative about his people before he made the change. He was just he was just he didn't have the knowledge to be who he was when he grew. She has it now, and she's still who she is.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna say yes. We should give her a longer rope because if you look at some of the reasons why she scarred. Remember, about research, and I haven't researched it myself. I'm not saying that I'm smart. Is that who scarred her?
Who what?
Mike, Mike, I got you, dog. I got you.
Say that again, Kurt.
Who scarred her?
Right.
Meaning that, do you know the history between her and
black men?
Reverend Sharpton?
I know when she spoke about at her school. She had this white friend that she hung out with. I don't know if they were boyfriend or girlfriend, but they were very close. She said one night her friend or whatever, they got in some kind of argument or whatever. He went and hung out with his friends, quote unquote, got drunk, and they was calling her nigger and this and that, boom, boom, this and that. It came to the school that there was a big racial upheaving and all of this stuff that happened. And I hear it happens a lot in a lot of these schools that are multiracial. NAACP actually came out to her school. Now, she was 13, 14 years old, and she said when they got out there, they didn't even talk to her. So that was one. Kurt, first off, if you put a 13-year-old in front of the camera to talk about these types of things, at that age, first off, they're not grown enough to handle all of the heat that they're going to have when they go back to that school. They got to go back to that school. Or they're going to have to the family's going to have to be uprooted and gone somewhere else. So they don't need to talk to her. They need to talk to her parents and the organization, the school, to get things rectified. They don't have to talk to her. Once
but the story is what she started behind it.
Yeah, that's one of the things she started with. So from that point on, that's where she had this whole thing about, she don't like the NAACP and all this stuff. But now she's peeking back to where, okay, it's cool to be black.
Because she's growing.
Okay.
I'm going to give you that.
For example.
Okay, I'm going to give you that.
For example, if you look at, we look at Candace Owens, and sometimes I look at her like she's my equal, but she's a young woman to me. I'm a 50-year-old man, and she's like in her maybe early 30s. There's a lot of things I assume she knows. Like she didn't know the whole God is good all the time. You know what I'm saying? I would assume she would know it. You know what I'm saying? Or I assume she would know certain things that she was like oblivious to. Do I kind of like knock her down because like she grew up around white people, so she view beauty different than I do.
Kurt, let me ask you this. Ja just made a perfect example. If this is what she's doing now, why has she yet to even apologize for the things that she said in the past if she's growing?
I don't think she got to.
The stuff that she has said?
I don't think she got to.
Oh, nah.
Think about this. Can you imagine if I told you, Sean, you gotta apologize for everything you said?
Yeah, like if you gotta apologize for everything you ever said in life, bro. Like,
No,
that's deep.
If I'm on a certain platform, if we're talking about, let's say if we're talking about, like I talk about Elon Musk and his car, then I go buy a Tesla.
Did your MLK go back and say, I apologize?
Well, he died. He got killed.
He got killed. I'm just saying, did your MLK go back and apologize?
Killed. Okay, just like Malcolm X was coming to his side before,
he
you
was.
know, so we can say that about all that.
Go to bat for your boy. Go to bat for your boy.
You know what I'm talking about?
Go to bat for your boy. You ain't gonna go to bat for it. He ain't gonna take too much MLK slander. You know, he ain't gonna take too much.
Yeah, everybody got a little heat on them, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm just not for it, Kurt. Like, if that's a certain platform that I have stood on and then I switch gears, I feel like I should at least apologize or say why I switched gears.
Why can't you just say I had a change of heart?
She ain't said that.
I mean, you asked.
Yes.
She ain't said. You said yet, Kurt?
And you be asking for a lot from people.
Hey,
man.
I'm just saying.
Like, I read your post.
I told you, I'm Magneto up in this bitch. I'm Magneto up in this.
This might be controversial. But I gotta say it. So far, she might be the best black leader so far, female black leader, because the rest of them just want to ride dicks, man, like Fannie Williams, man. But you know,
who is she leading, Kurt? She has done absolutely nothing.
No, he talking about Candace.
Oh, who are you talking about, Kurt?
Fannie? Oh, well, no. I'm saying so far. I should change that up. She can move towards, because you got a point there. She hasn't did anything yet, but she's positioning herself to do something.
What's she positioning herself to do?
Say again?
What's she positioning herself to do?
I mean, she's positioning, meaning that with her being fired and her changing herself, going through transformation, she's positioning herself to be a leader for black women if she chooses to. I'm not saying she wants to, but she chooses to, because there's no black female advocating the black family. Name one female leader that's advocating for black families. They all single
I ain't heard one.
And molesting black men.
Say what? Wait. So see, my homeboy had to take. He got a weak bladder, so he got to take a bathroom break. He be right back.
Most. I said black female leaders that I know, they don't advocate for the black family because they feel like they can do it all by themselves.
That's tough, Kurt. That's tough. I'm just gonna say in your opinion, because I feel different.
Okay, all right, but I'm saying most of them, a large number of black female leaders are molesting men, black men. You take Fannie Williams, you take that chick from the county clerk.
Molesting? That's a hell of a word.
Yeah.
That's a hell of a word.
But I'm saying she got sued. Fulton County paying old boy $1 million.
He took the check. That's the here and there. I'm not doing that. I'm not. Okay. I don't believe in men getting raped. So I mean, I'm just different.
Hey,
a man can't get raped.
Okay.
Kurt, we hate to cut you off. We a little overtime anyway, but man, we appreciate you calling in. We always enjoy your engaging talking points.
I'll be back next week waiting for you.
All right, everybody. Hey, look here. I know sometimes I can be controversial, but that's not my goal. My goal is to get you to think, everybody. Because if you don't think, you don't see outside the lines. But that's just my point. And thanks for inviting me in, everybody.
Every time, all the time. Hey, man,
we appreciate it, man. Oh yeah, man. You have a good one now.
All right, peace.
Yeah.
Yo, before we wrap this show up, man, we just want to say, you might not agree, but everybody has an opinion. All you can do is listen.
Yeah.
Either and move on.
Yeah. Yes, indeed. I guess we can wrap it up. I mean, I'll hold that other question for later, for the next show that we had started on. All right. Yeah. But anyway, man, we appreciate y'all coming and hanging out with us. Y'all see, we had a good time. I had a good time.
Yeah. Kirk definitely the guy for me.
Oh, that dude is a trip. But anyway, man, y'all be easy out there in them streets. Bruh, we appreciate you coming here and sitting in here chilling with us.
My bodyguard here today. Yo, anybody in Atlanta got a problem with me, this ain't the weekend.
This ain't the weekend.
This ain't it. I'm trying to tell you.
And let me tell you, they started with the red cups.
I'm trying
so
to
this not what you want
I'm
to do.
trying to tell y'all.
No food, red cups.
Wait the next week. If you got an issue with me, this ain't the weekend.
Hey man, we love y'all. Y'all be easy out there holding the road. What you got, 18?
Hey man, it's sun outside. Everybody go out there and get that vitamin D, man. It's good for the skin. Go out there and get that. We be here next week. You know, we in and out lately. Yo, and if you ain't got them socks, I'm telling y'all. Fresh Division on IG, Facebook. He probably on Spotify. He probably at Amazon by now. I don't know. What up, though, Hub? We about to be done, dog. We started early today. Yo, Aries season is here. I'm being very disrespectful.
Oh my God.
The holiday is next Saturday. I'm still gonna do the show. It's gonna be early though. It might be breakfast with the soundproof next week. Just to keep it a beat with y'all.
The breakfast do out.
But Ja, I need you around because it's our day. Oh, forgot you got, Anyway, it's going down. Aries season is upon us. Watch your mouth. But go get them socks from Fresh Division. I'm telling y'all, he got black and white, and I think he gonna have another color coming soon. He ain't saying that yet, but I feel it in my spirit. Fresh Division, go get them socks, man. For sure.
Yeah, man. Chat room, y'all always keep it entertaining.
We
man.
appreciate y'all.
We appreciate everybody that come through in the chat, man.
Shout out to my little sis, man. She ain't never seen this live, but she seen it this time. My girl Breon. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And Big Head Morgan sitting next to her. We gonna put that out there like that. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate their support.
Yes,
I'll be
indeed.
back to work next week. Y'all tighten up. The boss is coming back.
All right, y'all.
We go.